in our gun sights and then burning his butt to the ground.
Sheriff Jonathan Grail was mad. We'd hit a bank in his town. Harlan Pike. Me, Wilson Lucas, William Pike, and Isaiah Ice McAdams, known collectively as the Pike Gang. Once been partners in crime with the four of us, but now all bets were off. The showdown was interrupted, however, by the Almighty, who sent us all sailing into the 20th century. And what a century it is. But we weren't what you would call ordinary men, so we dug in, tried to adapt, and started a detection agency to put beans on the table, and in the process ran head-on into Deputy Maggie Randall. Things may be different this century, but there's plenty of work to be done, because one thing's bound to be true. The bad hombres will always outnumber the good.
Right on time. I knew I could count on you.
Thanks, Just. Thanks.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. There's nothing like platinum.
The cowboys! Them damn cowboys again! Let's get out of here!
I ain't afraid of you suckers.
You ain't? Well, that's downright stupid, son.
Sure is. Well, I mean, it's brave enough, but it's stupid.
Looks like this Lomax fella left you in the lurch, kid.
You look out for number one. That's what he always told me. Look out for number one.
Well, it appears he practices what he preaches. John, there's some wounded over here. You might want to take a look.
And don't call me kid. My name is Mendoza. Bobby J. Mendoza.
All right, Mr. Bobby J. Mendoza. All right.
Well, there you are, Henrietta, you little darling. Hold still. This ain't gonna hurt a bit. Easy. There. Now, see? How nice I am to you. Ooh, you little devil, you.
Billy Pike, get your young tail out of there and give somebody else a crack at the soap and water. Stop that caterwauling in there and open this door. I'm gonna lose my temper and break it down.
Well, you can always try, Mr. Lucas.
Okay, boy. Don't you go crying. I didn't give you fair warning.
Come on in, Wilson.
What in the tarnation is wrong with you? I could have broke that looking glass in there and got myself 7 years bad luck. Oh! Good Lord, Bill. What happened to your long handles?
Well, these are my long handles, Mr. Lucas. 20th century style in color coordinated briefs.
Well, briefs is right. You've got more skin showing than a Waco fancy girl.
And just one more step forward into the modern world, Mr. Lucas.
Backwards, you mean, you young wiseacre? And put some drawers on.
Page 3. The front page story if I ever saw one. Still, I suppose we can't complain since our daring exploits are being syndicated across the country.
Yeah, we keep this up, we won't have to advertise.
Yeah. Thunderation! It's taking turns cooking in the kitchen's turned into a downright hellish experience.
It's the results that are hellish, harlot.
Every time you get in the kitchen.
Mr. Peterson?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Well, I want to thank you very much, Mr. Peterson. You know, I really appreciate it. And I'll pass your sentiments on to the boys. Yeah, fine. Well, that's our pleasure. I'll pass that. I'll pass that on to the boys, too. Fine. Well, no. Like I said, it's our... Fine. Goodbye to you, too, sir. Gee, Josephat, that Peterson fella can talk. My ears are bleeding. Look at this, Harlan. Look at my hand from hanging onto that phone. It's a claw. Nobody would like that permanent. Sure was simpler when you could just talk to folks face to face.
Yeah, well, what I want to know about that Peterson fella is when is he going to pay us what he owes us? I mean, we did get that platinum medal of his, didn't we?
Yeah, he's cutting us a check today, Harlan, because he's very pleased. He never stopped telling me how pleased he was. What's this sudden itch for coin, Harlan?
Well, I'm going to tell you two what. As soon as we get paid, I am going to hire us a genuine chef and to blazes with this taking turns cooking in the kitchen.
You might have something there, Harlan. But you see, I ain't so sure I can eat whatever that is that you're making this morning. What'd you do to your hands? You stab yourself with a fork cooking?
No, Henrietta.
Oh, that's a nasty chicken.
Amen. Perhaps we should let that hen keep a few of those eggs while we still have eyes to see with.
Who's coming? Oh, Deputy Randall. Looks a little down in the mouth. Howdy, Maggie. Come on in.
Hi, John.
Well, Deputy?
How are you, Maggie?
Well, what's up, Maggie? You look kind of droopy. The chief mad at us again?
No. Well, not yet, anyway. It's Bobby Mendoza, the kid you rounded up with the others.
Well, that tough kid, he's got a lot of sand.
Harlan made that. Well, what about him, Maggie? What's happened?
Well, in a nutshell, he's got no parents, no relatives. So the powers that be have decided to send him to the State Juvenile Correction Facility.
Well, that's for real hard cases. Kind of place won't help him.
He'll only learn more ways to survive outside the law.
Hi, Maggie.
Maggie?
What's all this talk about somebody being outside the law? What's cooking?
Is that kid Mendoza? Boy we put the arm on the other day?
God, Harlan, that smells as bad as it looks, and it looks awful.
It's good, Harlan.
Well, how can we help this kid?
Why should we help? If he'd had an iron, he would have blown your head off.
Because it reminds me and John of another young loco we knew once.
By the name of William Pike.
Oh!
Bobby Mendoza came to America with his aunt 5 years ago from El Salvador. His parents were killed in the street fighting there. And here in the States, he somehow got separated from his aunt, and so he grew up having to fight for everything.
And Lomax picked him up, huh? Found himself a loyal soldier looking for a home.
That's right. Now the prison system will put the finishing touches on him. And after a few years, if he lives that long, Bobby Mendoza will be a full-fledged criminal. Well, unless, of course, someone with a great deal of understanding and courage were to agree to have him placed in their custody.
Well, now, Maggie Randall, you surely ambushed us, didn't you? Come on out of there, son.
Dinner tonight, John?
You can count on it, Maggie. You can count on it. Okay, Mr. Mendoza, welcome to Double Eagle. I'm Jonathan Grail. These here are my associates.
I know who you are, man. And I know all about your good guy game. I ain't gonna tell you nothing about Judd Lomax, no matter what you do to me.
Oh, don't you fret, son. We'll find Lomax without you betraying him.
You'll never catch him. He's too smart. He'll always make you turkeys look like dopes.
Well, this dope's got some fence to fix.
Stow your gear inside there, son. Get yourself a bite to eat before you start your chores. And after your chores, Isaiah here is going to give you some tutoring. Catch up on your schoolwork.
Chores? You mean work?
Chores. You earn your keep here.
That's the almighty truth. Here, boy, let me help you with that bag.
I don't need no help. From nobody.
Just possible, John. We bit off more than we can comfortably chew.
Eat up, son.
I think I got a line on Mr. Lomax. Jack Fireball McGuire.
Fireball?
Well, that's what they call him. Anyway, he's a former associate of Mr. Lomax, recently released from prison. He was sent up for armed robbery. Payroll job, armored car. Anyway, Lomax got away.
Well, now, appears your partner's got a habit of leaving his boys behind.
He did the right thing when he left me. The smart thing. You're alone in this life, and you have to look up for number one.
You know, that's about a dozen times you've said that, son, and I'm getting wearied of it. That ain't true.
If we all let each other fend for ourselves, what kind of world would this be?
And where'd you been if we all hadn't agreed to take you in anyway, huh?
Hey, I never asked any of you for help. I didn't ask for nothing, so I don't owe you nothing.
Well, where's this fireball fellow to be found, Ice?
Talk to McGuire. He's ready to meet. Did you find anything on the kid?
Just now, just before you came in, I slipped into the city's juvenile records, the most difficult department to hack into from an outside terminal. It was beautiful, Langtree. You should have been here.
I'm here now. What'd you get?
Would you believe the cowboys again?
One way or another, they've been on our backs for the last 6 months.
Yes. Well, that is where Bobby Mendoza presently is at, residing with those same cowboys, remanded into their custody.
What if he talks? He knows about this place and he knows about everything.
The kid would rather lose an arm or be gimping both legs than squeal on me. You and the others, maybe, but not me. Never. No, Langtree, this could be very, very good. For you see, we now have a spy deep in the heart of Texas.
Oh, to sum up what we learned about Alaska, very close to Russia, a few miles across the Bering Straits, very rich in oil and other minerals, and... What else, Bobby?
How should I know? You're the one playing teacher.
Correct. So maybe you should try playing student.
Look, school's for nerds and those other jerks, man. It won't get you a damn thing in the real world.
Wrong, Bobby. Learning gives you the weapons to fight back with. Not with your fist, not with a gun, but with your brain.
Yeah? Well, Judd says you should only learn what you need to beat the suckers.
I am not interested in what Mr. Lomax has to say about anything. Now, okay, once more. What else about Alaska makes it so special?
Snow. It's got lots of snow.
It is the largest state in the Union. That is the correct answer.
What's that I heard? Largest what in the Union?
State, Billy. The largest state.
Bigger than Texas? Ha! And Isaiah, who in thunder even told you that Alaska was even part of the Union? Look at there, it ain't even attached.
Neither is Hawaii.
What?
Man, you know even less than me.
Billy, it all happened not too long ago. Alaska and the island of Hawaii.
And an island is a sovereign state of the Union now?
That's the absolute truth. It's a very long story, and it's all in here. Hell, I just learned about it not too long ago myself, boning up for this tutoring thing.
Man, I never thought I'd say this, but I think I prefer chores.
Pleasant-sounding fella, ain't he?
Nice voice. Mr. McGuire? Jonathan Grail here, Double Eagle Detection Agency.
Damn. You spooked him.
What?
You spooked him.
You just give me a hand and quit jawing. We'll stop it. You ready?
Well, it's wise to know that you're needed.
Will you put a stopper on it, Wolfson? You ready?
Doors open.
What in the hell's that thing he's aiming at us?
Ain't no garden hose. Come on.
Run for it, Wilson!
Well, good afternoon, partner. What's the rush? Burn, baby, burn! What do you reckon that thing was he was using?
That was the devil's own flame machine. Lord, they got some killer weapons in this century.
I guess we know now why they call him Fireball.
Yeah.
You lost him.
I left him in the dust. Would I look this way otherwise? Don't answer that question. They didn't tell me, guys. Hey, Judson O.B., got a nice ice-cold beer around here someplace?
If you want liquor, you'll have to buy it yourself.
Oh, I forgot. Health nut. Carrot juice for blood.
And don't call me Judson, old bean, or you'll wish you hadn't. Clear?
Clear.
You'd better stay here until after the operation.
Where's that?
A few days.
What next?
Brazil, the land of plenty, and no extradition.
That's okay by me. Old Fireball's hotter than his flamer right now.
So this Jasper McGuire, what's his name?
Fireball.
Fireball. How could I forget? Well, he opens fire, and I do mean opens fire. It was worse than when St. George sent that old dragon to the devil.
And there we all were, dancing, right in the midst of brimstone and hellfire.
We was dancing, Isaiah, because the seat of our britches was barbecued.
You didn't tell me that part, Wilson.
Well, the reason I didn't tell you, because we wasn't dancing. I'm telling you, that old boy singed is 2 shades darker than you. It's true.
You're exaggerating.
Well, you never mentioned it to me either, John.
Didn't tell you, Maggie, because this fella Fireball left a deep impression on us. We was terrified.
That fire machine of his may be the most unforgettable thing we have yet seen.
Me and Ice, we're gonna have to stay home, and you and the boys, you go out and have all the darn fun.
Fun?
Fun. Fun.
I hope you never have to get close enough to find out what old Fireball's idea of fun is.
Maybe this Lomax case is just a bit more than you boys can handle. It sounds to me like you got your mustache singed, John.
Oh, really, Maggie Randall? Well, there's enough of the mustache left to do a little tickling. And don't you forget it.
Well, you can be certain our friend Fireball is now with Judd Lomax.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, right now they're together and they're laughing too. Only it's at you guys, see? Because they beat you. Again.
Well, Mr. Mendoza, you're telling half the truth. You see, they just won a little skirmish. We aim to win the war.
No doubt about that.
Absolutely.
I bet my gun hand on it.
Amen, Brother William.
Second the motion.
How do you know? I mean, how can you be so sure?
It's simple, Mr. Mendoza. This fella Lomax of yours is clever and slippery. But he's never done anything in his life but give somebody pain. Now, I'm not saying we're all saints, but when you do things to hurt people, that's wrong. When you do things to help people, that's right. See? Simple. And that's why we'll beat him in the end.
Yeah. Well, Judd helped me. He took me in, man. Off the streets. Well, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. He was kind enough to include you in grand theft, manslaughter, and God knows what else. Yeah, Judd Lomax is a real friend.
He is. He knows what is happening. He knows what it takes to survive, man. And it ain't being no damn Boy Scout. Help someone, and it's right. hurt someone and it's wrong. Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, this stinking world hurt me, man. And I'm gonna swing back. I'm gonna make it hurt. Just...
And you thought I was across the bear.
Yeah, I know what you mean, William.
Boy's in a dark cave without a light to guide him.
Well, he's got a lot of sand. Tried to take us on when he first met us.
Took a swing at you.
He'll make it.
Well, he's got to fight more than the pain in his leg to do it.
Yep.
Maggie, what about this leg of his? Can anything be done about it?
Yeah. It is a very expensive operation that the state does not have the money for.
Outlaws will continue.
No, sir. No. No, Papa. Papa. ¿Qué cosa es? ¿Qué cosa?
Hey, easy.
No, Papa.
Just a bad dream, son. Just a bad dream, son.
I'm not your son. Just get away from me.
You know, after Bobby Lee turned in his sword at Appomattox.
What? Appomattox? What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. After this war I was in, after that, well, I had me some bad nightmares. You know, things coming back at you. All tumbled around. Ain't no rhyme or reason to it. Nightmares are no fun. But sure as sin, they ain't nothing to be ashamed of.
I was 11. In Salvador. We're coming back from my Uncle Julio's birthday. My mother, my father. Times like that, man, that's when it hits. Something bad. Times when you don't expect it. You know, when everything's cool. When you're laughing. When the shooting started, man, I couldn't believe it was happening. Seeing it, feeling it. Seeing my mother and father both in my leg. The blood. And my stinking useless slave.
Yeah. It's real bad what happened to you. But 5 years is way long enough to hang on to a nightmare. I mean, the blood's flowed under the bridge. You're American now. I mean, you've survived some awful things in your life, but maybe it's time now to get down and begin to live life. Some real nice things out there. You just forget all this hate.
Well, Judd says to use the hate.
To blazes with Judd Lomax and his hate. Now, you listen to me, Mr. Mendoza. You hold on to hatred and start feeling sorry for yourself. And that's all there is. You're through. Believe me, I know. Remember everything that's happened to you. But use the experience you've gained. Never use the hate. You use the hate, you're finished, son. You're finished before you've even started to begin. Good night to you.
Very difficult to establish a pattern with Mr. Lomax. There's very little repetition in his methods.
Well, now, if you'll recall, Isaiah, there was very little repetition in the way we operated. Fact is, we made a point of not repeating ourselves.
That's why we got away with it as long as we did.
Well, this little boy has done about all the perusing of this varmint's biography he's gonna do. We're gonna get old sitting around here this way.
What do you suggest?
Well, I would suggest getting this varmint in our gun sights and then burning his butt to the ground.
We'd go along with that, William, if you'd just point him out to us.
Well, I can't. But I would say this. Whenever our trail got hot, what did we do?
Well, that pretty much depended on how his, fixed for cash.
Well, that makes sense, Billy. Go on.
He needs cash. And it'd just be my bet that he's gonna move right quick.
And if he is anything like we were, it would not be a bank.
Well, he can't get out of town. His picture's plastered all over the place.
So what does that leave?
Sound like a stage to me.
Hold that ring. Keep your irons holstered, mister.
You should get that strong box down here, boys.
Nice and easy.
I can't remember ever firing a single shot when we held up a stagecoach.
Stagecoach? Bunch of hicks.
Well, them iron-slabbed cars are just like stagecoaches with thick walls, aren't they?
Exactly. Which brings us to the reason that Lomax and Fireball are sure to connect. 2 years ago, they stopped a payroll truck. The guards and the driver were very anxious to get out when Fireball heated up all that metal with that flame machine of his.
Must have cooked him like a horny toad in a Dutch oven.
Look, I got this from Maggie. Overland Security is the only armored car service in the Houston area whose route still includes a very rural and therefore very vulnerable area.
It sounds like just the kind of hold-up situation that Lomax and his boys especially like.
And if they're gonna hit an armored car, it's gotta be Overland's. Wait a minute, Isaiah. We held up a stage there in '92. There's nothing around this for miles. It's all open country. That's a perfect place for Lomax's ambush.
That was in '92, Jonathan. Today, there's a hospital on this side of the road, there's a shopping mall on this side of the road. But now, here, on the other hand, there's a 4-mile area of open terrain. You'd be very vulnerable right here.
When's the next payroll delivery?
9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
You know what you and me are gonna do, Wilson?
What?
Have a little parlay with the boss of Overland. Find out if these schedules are up to date. Let's go.
I appreciate your concern, Mr. Graham. I can't incur the cost of beefing up security just because you've got a hunch one of my cars is going to get hit.
It's more than a hunch, Mr. Frolic. It makes sense when you base it on...
On a lot of personal experience.
Right.
Oh, now where I come from, that's still a hunch.
Well, the cost of a few extra gun hands can't compare to what you could lose.
Oh, it just galls me no end to pay for something that never gets used. Oh, now, if somebody's dumb enough to rob one of my cars and somehow brings it off, well, that's what I got insurance for. I'll see you.
Well, I guess we convinced him.
Yeah, he was real impressed.
Get away! Get back! Get back!
Get here!
Oh, boy, easy.
Don't you ever raise your hand to a horse. Unless he means to hurt you.
Yeah? Well, how do I know when he's gonna hurt me?
Well, if you're gonna go around falling down around a stock all the time, you shouldn't be here anyways. Ah, Bobby. Jeez. Bobby! Bobby! What do you think you're doing, kid? Hey! Bobby! That is the straw! Ah, sunbuck! Now you're really gonna get it! Jump back! Jump! He's gonna strike! Snake bite, Harlan! Cut it! Come on, cut it! Do it! I got it. Let's go, Harlan. Come on, let's get help me out. You got it. Come on.
So?
Well, the doc, he says the next few hours will be the worst. If he comes through them, he'll come around real fast. He's strong and...
What about that there antidote? Don't that work?
Well, apparently, Wilson, it's a matter of time, and we just have to wait, I guess.
Man, I'm sorry. I've never seen a rattlesnake before. You know, I was...
Save it. As far as I'm concerned, you should have gotten away. Real far away.
God, Harlan, will you give me a break, huh? Quit fussing.
Come on. Real good to have you back, Billy. I think he's gonna be all right.
Come on, just a little while longer.
Any change?
Try listening to him. Oh, what the hot burning damn is all the excitement about?
God, I just got snake bit is all.
You look here, that old snake, too, didn't you? Old scaly serpent didn't know whether to spit or go blind.
Ha, ha, ha.
I think I'll go talk to the kid. He was a little upset.
I'll do that, John. I was the one that busted him down. Bobby.
How big's the truck?
10 ton. It'll work fine.
Who is it?
It's me, Bobby.
Bobby. How the hell did you get here?
Hitched. You know what the court did to me, man? Farmed me out to those cowboys.
Yeah, I know. I tapped into the files. I wasn't worried, Bobby. I knew you'd make your break as soon as you had time.
Took a little longer than I figured, but I got away clean.
How hard did they lean on you, Bobby?
Nothing. They didn't do nothing.
Bobby, that's why you were there. That's why it was a setup, and that's why they had you there. What did you tell them?
Nothing. They never asked. They said they wouldn't expect a guy to rat on his partners.
Loyalty like that can get you in all kinds of trouble, Bobby.
Yeah, right. So, what's up? What's the job?
I don't know, kid. Have you been rehabilitated?
What do you mean, man? What are you saying, Judd?
I'm saying, man, to look me in the eye, kid. Tell me the truth. The truth can work to your advantage sometimes. Like now. It could save your butt.
I didn't say nothing. And I didn't listen.
Payroll truck with lots and lots of money, out of town, low profile.
Payroll truck?
No problem.
Stagecoach.
What?
Judd, maybe we'd better not. I think the cowboys know.
What, are they psychic?
They said you wouldn't hit a bank, but something like maybe a stagecoach away from town.
It's only guesswork on their part. But I hope they do show up. We have enough firepower to incinerate a dozen SWAT teams.
Now, this here bluff is smack dab in the middle of that stretch of road. Somebody ought to be able to see a long ways either direction.
Let's make tracks. I'm twitching with the need to smite the jackal.
Let me check on Bill. What do you think you're doing?
I'm feeling a lot better, Harlan. I can go. Where's my hat?
It don't matter. You ain't going. Lie down.
Now, don't go giving me orders, Harlan.
Bill.
I ought to know how I feel.
A man don't fight at half strength. When he's got no choice, Bill.
Yeah, well, maybe I did not choose to sit around here on my backside wondering what the hell's going on. I can still shoot.
Or get shot. Now, half strength means half speed. I do not intend to worry about you today. Now, you stay in that bed, or by thunder, I'm gonna tie you in it. Thank you.
My half speed's twice as fast as your full speed. You know it.
I can't see nothing, Harlan. Them trees are real thick. A body could hide himself pretty good in there.
I'll wager Lomax's boys are holed up in there. You can depend on it.
I'll make them fry. Crispy critters. They're gonna die. Crispy critters. I tell you what, it's gonna be a loving joy.
Looks like our boy, but I really can't tell.
That's that same helicopter machine he was flying. That's him. That's Lomax for sure.
FB, this is number 6. We're at mile 10. ETA is 20 minutes.
This is L. We are now jamming. We have radio silence.
Now they can't call for help. No radio.
Well, John should have had time to work his way around by now.
Let's go get him.
See you, and I can hear you. You must have just creased me, son. Help me. Well, it's got a trigger.
So did the one at Richmond? Or was it Antietam? Better than Antietam.
Do it.
Amen.
Slow and easy.
But all the way.
To the hill.
That's pretty good. Now take that present there and tear it open, Mr. Mendoza.
Present? This is the best present I could ever get. Doc says that even this little limp is gonna go away in a few months. No, what you guys did, paying for the operation with the reward money and all, that kind of present is gonna take care of birthdays and Christmas and everything, forever.
Well, that one there might be even better.
Go on, son. Don't be afraid. Open it up.
My Aunt Estella.
We located her in Dallas. She wants you to come live with her. Court says it's okay.
It appears we're no longer responsible for your custody.
Thank the Lord. We ain't your keeper no more, boy.
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Mr. Mendoza.
Let's get into this cake.
Would you do me a favor, Mr. Grail?
Mr. Grail. What favor, Mr. Mendoza?
Simple. Call me Bobby.
The Crystal Palace Saloon had its moments, but boy, it was never like this.
Next on Outlaws.
I want to know who they are and where they come from.
They tried to kill me.
Easy, easy.
You all right, Buckley?
I just got shot at. His fingerprints are all over a dead man's gun.
This vacation of ours is going to be more interesting than I thought.
Coming up next, he's lost a son, found a love, and uncovered a shocking secret. George C. Scott and Ally McGraw star in China Rose. Next.